What we're talking about right now is just announced probably about 50 minutes ago that the United States, launched strikes against three nuclear sites in Iran, Iran, and so I'm the professor, and I'm talking to the trucker right now who's trucking, and he's basically going to break down what he feel is going on. I mean, this is, of course, I just got back from attending a NAACP Juneteenth fundraising party, and so I'm trying to get here and relax. And then this came through my news feed, so of course I had to call Trucker. Trucker, what you got to say?
Well, Professor, here's my take on things. What we have here is a Trump tasker.
A what?
A Trump tasker.
A Trump who?
Trump tasker is like
Okay, a
a
Trump
tasker.
Oh, okay, a Trump Okay, okay.
Yeah, a Trump tasker. And the reason I say that is because this unintelligent president of the United States of America is deliberately trying to launch us into not nuclear war, but war. And the problem we have is that, excuse me, I had a hot dog. Problem we have
Where you had the hot
is
dog from? Matter of fact, I mean, not to, I mean, I'm saying
Juneteenth,
not to.
Juneteenth celebration with Ken folks.
Okay, okay, keep going.
Yeah. Um, and there was no crime and no violence, just black folks doing what they do. But anyway, so you got Mexico and Canada. They connected to us geographically.
Yeah, we're in the middle.
We're in the middle. Right now, we don't, as a country, we don't have no friends. We have allies, but the only reason they're our allies is because we got nuclear weapons and some money. And stupid people in this country willing to spend every dime they have, regardless of what their situation is. They'll do what
And,
they do.
and good barbecue.
And good barbecue. We got
Don't
good
forget that we have good
Texas
barbecue. Okay, keep going.
barbecue, North Carolina, South Carolina barbecue. Hey, good barbecue. Even in Illinois and St. Louis, over in that area over there. Anyway, so we both sides chest out because we way over here on the other side of two oceans, and we got nuclear subs. So we gonna go strike the little man who living in the sand. Don't really ain't in a position to bother anybody really, because they're just not big enough and powerful enough. All right. But one time, Iran used to be the party city. Tehran used to be the place where white businessmen, professors used to go and party and have a good time. It was open to Americans. But the Iranians saw that as, some kind of, hey, y'all disrespecting our culture, our people. What's wrong with y'all? So, some of you youth rose up. They didn't like the way things was going in America. Now, Iranians used to come to the United States, but it got bad. Things changed. And now we going over there, and once they told us, hey, we don't want y'all no more, we start playing with Iraq. We start giving Iraq stuff. Iraq went ahead and went to war with them and gassed people. And it was like, oh, wait a minute, we ain't want you to gas nobody. But we go for years and years and years with these false promises and these, oh, we're going to do this or we're going to do that, by neglecting our own people, at the same time, stepping on poor black people, poor white people, Hispanics, giving them the white picket fence field. But meantime, you don't want to increase raises. So you do all this stuff to distract the people from what's really going on in the government. Government holding on to all the money and putting in the pockets of its own people. And then they say, oh, yeah, well, America's racist. Yeah, America is racist. And that's how they make their money. Because the stupid people who are racist some realized they weren't getting bent over backwards too. No education, no health care, poor. Oh well, you ain't somebody else taking the jobs you didn't have. You live in Kansas. You ain't in the picking fields of California. You in the oil field. Well, you don't want to do them oil field jobs. I'm gonna them jobs rough. Oh, I know what I'll do this. You change up, keep changing different careers. Then next thing you know, you like drugs and vice. And all of a sudden, all you crazy white folks on meth, but the black folks on crack cocaine because the CIA dropped it in our neighborhood, showed us how to do it and use it and sell it. Why? To make money for Ronald Reagan's Iran-Contra situation. Then got mad at Manuel Noriega, want to take him from his country. Oh, we prop you up and you don't do what we want to do. Now you're a drug dealer. Meanwhile, you was buying them same drugs to put it in the black neighborhood, using your ally to get the drugs. And then you turn your back on him. Oh, Emmanuel Noriega, he a drug dealer. No, he was doing what y'all wanted him to do. And then you turn your back on him. Because he said,
So
hey, I ain't
so
for this.
so what that got to do with the rising prices of watermelons?
Well, really, nothing. I mean, I didn't even know watermelons had going up in price. I better research that. Well, back to the nuclear weapons situation. Uh, that's just things that America do. Um, they want Iran to be back in America's hands so we can get that oil from the Strait of Hormuz, and they just want. It's about wanting that cheap oil. America was talking about drill, baby, drill, but if we had our hands on Iran, you wouldn't have a dang on drop of oil being pumped out of the United States of America. It will pump just enough to satisfy some of them stockholders, but they want that cheap oil from Iran because Iran has lots of it. And the rumor has it, Iran has more than Saudi Arabia. But at the same time, it's the oil and the strategic location of where the oil is coming from. It's commerce. That shipping lane, commerce. There's billions of people live in that area over there. It's all about commerce. China involved. Everybody wants that cheap labor, you know. But that nuclear threat, well, Pakistan and India got nuked. France, England,
And that
Spain.
brings a question. For years, Iran has been suspected of working on a nuclear weapon, and for years, it has never came to fruition. Do they not have the scientists to do it? I mean, I'm trying to figure this out because for years we've been expecting them to announce they have a nuclear weapon, but it never came to fruition. I reckon, thankfully, right? I don't know. I'm just asking. I know you've
Right, I
been.
always wanted that. I mean, I was thinking about Iran and the nuclear weapon stuff. Man, I'm 54 years old. I've been hearing about this since I was 12.
Right. I mean, we've been, like you say, hearing about this for a
But by
long
now,
time.
but by now
And
they had the technology to do it, or we just been lying to our people so we can do what we want to do to get at the oil.
so, like I said, I'm just asking this question because I mean, they got three nuclear sites. I mean, so what are they using their nuclear for power, for electricity? I mean, I'm trying to see what's going on because, of course, and of course, they've been accused of sponsoring terrorism as well, and we never, nothing, and I have to say, thankfully, nothing ever happened.
And Saudi Arabia has it.
Mm, I'm just saying, just asking this question. I mean, I'm the professor and you're the trucker, but obviously you should have the PhD, but that's a different story. We'll talk about that on another podcast. We don't need to get all
Man,
into that, but
I got
anyway,
I got my player hating this real long time ago.
right, right. I know, and and with the rise of, and of course, I just saw that oil, fuel has gone up a little bit, has risen. They saying due to the travel uh, for the 4th of July. Of course, it probably going to skyrocket even more with America getting involved and dropping, bombing 3 nuclear sites in Iran. So, I mean, we could expect that as
Man,
well.
what
I'm
better
just,
way to make some money right now? I gotta get money in these rich people hands. Oil
yeah.
prices go up.
Also, I
The
just read
business, the
where,
businesses don't use the gas.
and also I just read where, the Republican Party is rising in the polls when it comes to on matter of fact, a CNN poll when it comes how they're handling the economy. Also, it's being said that the middle class has been abandoned by the Democratic Party. But my question is, who's representing the poor of America? Has anyone? I know we talk about nuclear weapons and all this, but like you say, when it comes to the media, a lot of things happen to take people mind and focus off of things that's happened right here in our own country, in our own neighborhoods, with our own next door neighbors, and we see the poor are suffering. Uh, it, however, I reckon the poor is not suffering enough because of the situation that we see with the lack of non-voting.
That's right. See, when the poor, when their stomach start touching their backbone, then they'll rise up.
And I like when you say that because if you go back and look at true revolutions, a lot of people say, well, yeah, we hungry, we out there getting it. It's a difference between hungry and out there getting it and starvation.
Right.
When
That's
you
the
look
difference.
at when you look at real revolutions, when countries started starving, that's when it's been revolutions.
That's when the revolution. That's when the revolution starts. When people find, when their stomach touch their backbone.
And your country is hit with famine.
And famine. Yes, that's right. The strongest, the soldiers, the people that were militant, then that's when they start rising up. And unfortunately, sometimes they turn against their own people out of frustration. Because they want to eat. Well, doggone it, if that woman over there with 10 kids trying to eat and I'm hungry, somebody gonna have, I'm gonna sacrifice somebody. Everybody not gonna eat. Don't worry about me and mine. Then they start slaughtering each other, all because of starvation.
All
And
because of
then we allow,
starvation.
we allow starvation as a rich,
Right.
wealthy country. Now, see in America we believe that we believe in our politicians trying to tell us, oh, we a godly country. Our country was built on the Bible. Well, it wasn't built on the Bible. I mean, if it was built on the Bible, they would understand that, okay, the poor will be always amongst us, and that it's up to the rich people to help the poor. The rich people are supposed to take their riches and help the poor. That's what Jesus did. That was Jesus' example when he fed the multitude. But so-called Christian people, nah, all they do is they don't love thy neighbor, they hate thy neighbor. They use the Bible to hate them.
Mm.
And then you got these so-called Christian evangelicals. How you gonna support a man that said he done grab pussy?
All right. I
I
think
just,
you probably just got us banned by using that word. I probably can like beep it out. Uh,
oh,
we do try to monetize this because this how we get. We trying to monetize this.
well, I mean,
But anyone that's listening to this, if we do get demonetized, you can always find ways to donate to our
yeah,
cause. But keep going.
but yeah, raccoonmilk.cheese.com. That's
And
not that.
speaking and speaking of raccoons, um, the population of raccoons are like uh, it's diminishing. because of a lot of poverty. But we'll talk about that on a different day too as well.
Well, the raccoons really disappeared because they want to stay out the street. I don't want to problem with the raccoon. That's like people stay in the street. That's why they get shot and killed because they're out in the street too much. Why is a 16-year-old out in the street at 1:30 in the morning trying to buy a gun? He said if he want to be hustling, he should have selling some some
I think
shoes
you
or
I think
something.
you misunderstood. I'm saying raccoon as the animal. I think you talk about something else, and that's a disparaging statement, young man,
Oh,
sir, Mr. Trucker.
oh. Well, I was talking. Oh, I was.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. Well, we appreciate you as always, Mr. Trucker, and
well,
I'm the
I'm about to
professor.
pull. I'm about to pull in this truck stop and get me try to not get me some rest if I have to go pick up my next load in the morning. And it's kind of early out here on this west coast, and I see a spot that I'm gonna get in, and I hope I don't have to sleep too much because I don't like when all those lot lizards come jumping on my door, knocking at me in the morning. But I'll be ready for them. So I'll talk to y'all later.
Thank you, Mr. Trucker. And this was Trucker and the Professor podcast. Uh, I think this is episode 2, but maybe this is episode 1. I don't know what
Maybe
episode it is.
episode one
This
and a half.
episode 1.5.
Yeah.
Okay, so the other one, what we did that was unreleased was part of Trucker Lives and Has Truths. Okay, we're out, and until next time, thank you for listening.
Okay.